Hello, this is Wendy with OSU on Ecosia, here to talk to you for a few minutes about Ecosia before you get started tabling. Hopefully we'll go over some really high yield information so that you can go out there, be confident and excited, give people some succulents, get people using Ecosia. Yeah, my name's Wendy, like I said, and today I have with me
Austin. Hello.
You've probably been emailing him, so you probably know him well. So thank you again for volunteering. I know you are super busy as students and could be doing a lot of other things. I'm assuming you signed up to do this partially because you agree climate change sucks, trees are awesome, and Ecosia addresses both of those. So for 45 searches on Ecosia, on average they plant one tree, and that tree sequesters 1 kilogram of CO2 from the atmosphere. So we're helping fight climate change, but we're also helping to catalyze engagement and foster a culture of sustainability-oriented practices here at OSU, and I think that's something that we can all get behind. So thank you for helping make that possible. So today in this training, we're going to talk about what Ecosia is, give you some of that background information, talk about tabling, expectations, and then also some FAQs.
So, like Wendy said, Ecosia is a search engine, just like Google or Bing. They generate revenues by placing ads on their website. And then the profit from those ads, 80% of that is donated back to tree planting organizations around the world. In terms of what Ecosia looks like, when you go to ecosia.org, you get a web page that looks just like this with a search bar where you put your query. You get a little summary of Ecosia's impact so far. They recently hit 50 million trees planted worldwide, which is incredible. And then they also have this unique feature up here, which is your search counter, where you can keep track of your own personal impact. So they show here that for every 45 searches that you do on your own personal device, that generates enough revenue to plant one tree somewhere in the world, which is pretty incredible. In 2018 alone, Ecosia donated $4.5 million to tree planting organizations around the world. And you can see here on the map, each of these little blue dots is one of those tree planting organizations. It's pretty terrific impact.
And so in terms of the scope of OSU on Ecosia, there are two main focuses. So creating student, alumni, staff champions to opt into using Ecosia on their own. And then a top-down approach, getting it set as the default on the desktop computers at the med center and the university and classrooms, etc. So before we do some of those top-down changes, we really want to tap into our vibrant community at OSU, get people to opt into using Ecosia, create Ecosia champions, and that's why you're here today. Being a champion for Ecosia, helping us create a baseline of folks who are going to be champions. Just some additional background, other universities have adopted Ecosia, but we will be the first in the United States to do this, which is pretty cool. But given how big OSU is, this also means we are the biggest university doing that. And given how big we are, that means over the course of a year, we're going to plant 300,000 trees
per year.
And that's going to sequester 700,000 pounds of CO2 from the atmosphere.
Whoa!
So pretty exciting stuff just from searching the internet. But now let's jump into tabling, which is where you come in. So this is an example of what a table should look like. We're going to be giving you the majority of the supplies. So you're going to be getting t-shirts to wear during the event, tablecloths. We're going to be giving you an Ecosia tabling manual and FAQ. This has a lot more details in it than what we're talking about right now. This is really a general overview, but the manual has some really nitty-gritty details at times, as well as an FAQ that's super helpful. Additionally, you're going to be getting succulents to give away to people who engage and start using Ecosia, join the Ecosia movement. We're happy to be able to locally source these from Timbuk Farms and, supporting small local businesses versus ordering them from Amazon, which we initially considered. Additionally, if one of your group mates has a laptop, I would encourage you to set it up with this video. It's just a quick 30-second video that talks about what Ecosia is. It's from, the base organization over in Germany, and it's just super cute and a nice way to pull people in, tell them more about Ecosia, and just make the table more interesting. In terms of the giveaway process, really anybody can get a succulent. They just have to do one of three things. Set it as the default on their laptop, like our Facebook page, download the Ecosia app. If they want to do all three, that's great. They still just get one succulent per person. There are some care instructions about the succulent in the manual, some ideas for how to talk about this. But in terms of those three, if you had to choose one, focus on number one. Get Ecosia set as the default on a laptop if they have it with them by using this link. So ecosia.co/OSU tree is our custom OSU link. This allows us to aggregate all the searches done through this link to a dashboard and let us know how close we are to those 300,000 tree goal. So once you go to this link, you'll get a kind of generic Ecosia page like you see here, and you have the option to add Ecosia to that browser and set it as the default. And so once you click that, it'll really walk you through the steps. But I encourage you as an Ecosia champion to, once you start setting up the table, if you have your computer with you, go ahead and do that. Walk through the steps. That way you're familiar and more comfortable doing it for somebody else. And since you've done one of the three things, you get to then pick your succulent and save it. That way you make sure you get to take one home for all your hard work. If somebody doesn't have their laptop or doesn't want to set as their default right then, there are two other ways they can get a succulent. They can like our Facebook page. They can download the Ecosia app. Right now, neither of these will necessarily aggregate to our overall number for OSU, but that will still allow them to be Ecosia champions, be part of the movement. And on the little succulent, it has information for the link to set it as their default, so hopefully later on they'll do that.
So in terms of some other expectations, we really want to make this as mutually beneficial for both of us as we can. So take some great photos of you all being engaged with the people you're tabling with, and then we can post those on our Facebook page, and we can brag about all the cool work you're doing and help each other. In addition, if you run out of succulents while you're tabling, please keep tabling and just table to the end of the time you committed to. But also definitely let us know that you ran out of succulents, because that's just a supply and demand problem. And we want to make sure we're giving out as many succulents as you all can hand out. Afterwards, whenever you're done with your event, please return all of the supplies, including the t-shirts, tablecloths, tabling guide, all of that back to Coons Hall. There's detailed information about where to return those in the guide. In addition, text the great photos that you took during your event, as well as a photo of the returned supplies to me, Austin, and that will begin your funding process and getting a check sent out to your student organization. In terms of frequently asked questions, there are a few questions that we get on occasion about Ecosia, and we'd love to talk about those here. But in reality, since we want to make this as short and brief as we can, we've decided to leave those for the tabling guide. So we encourage you to go and look at that. There's over 15 FAQs there with good information and details about the questions that people may have. But if there's a question there that there isn't an answer to, or if it doesn't give you as much detail as you like, reach out to us. That's what we're here for. Mm-hmm. If you're at an event and you have a question, call us, text us. We are happy to speak whenever we can. So.
And definitely either after you watch this video, during tabling, after tabling, give us feedback. Is there something that you weren't prepared for, some missed opportunity that we're not taking advantage of? Please share that feedback with us, good or bad, so that we can improve. And more than anything else, thank you again. Thank you for your time. Thank you for becoming an Ecosia champion. Thank you for doing this and being energized to take on climate change and help make OSU a more engaged, sustainable community. And with that, have a great day. Bye.
Bye.